This is John McQuay with 8541 Tactical, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about a new cleaning kit that we were first introduced to at SHOT Show this year. This comes from SAIN Defense, and this is the SAIN cleaning kit, and SAIN stands for Sniper and Infantry. The version that we have here is for 7.62 caliber rifles. They also do have a version for 5.56. But the 7.62 is really the one that interests us. Now it comes in this really cool zippered pouch from Tab Gear, and inside you have a couple options. The first thing that you'll notice is this bright orange air panel that is in here. Now this serves two purposes. First of all, it either folds out and acts as a nice surface to put your rifle components on while you're cleaning, or you can rip it out and actually utilize it as an air panel. Now this kit is primarily designed for the military, so an air panel is a really nice thing to be able to have in your kit, and to be able to do double duty is great. It also has tie-down loops here, so you can attach multiple panels together, and that will give you a much larger air panel for signaling should you need it. Now that does just Velcro right back into the cleaning kit, so it's in there and it's held tight whenever you don't need it. The one side, of course, is multicam or coyote, depending upon the color of the pouch, and the opposite side is your fluorescent orange for signaling. Now we've got a zippered compartment in one side, also zippered compartment in the opposite side, and that in itself is just a standard pouch. Now the really cool part is when we tear out this center section, now we have on one side we have our rod sections, and on the other side we have this cool little T-handle guy here. This T-handle is really a neat setup because on one side you have a standard Picatinny rail, so those of you guys that have vertical grips, if you want to, you can snap a vertical grip onto that and kind of use it more like a standard cleaning rod handle. For me, that's not that big of a deal. It comes with a little protector on it, and then you can use it like a regular T-handle rod, which is the way I prefer to use it, since I don't normally have vertical grips attached on my precision rifles. We also have a 3/8 extension on the end, so if you have something, for instance, a Borka Tools precision torque limiter, you can snap the torque limiter on the end of there and keep some bits in here, and you can really use this to service your rifle. You've got a nice T-handle there to apply a good deal of torque. The rod extension that comes out of it does rotate, so you can rotate and follow the rifling of the bore without unscrewing your cleaning rods, which can be a problem. Now the cleaning rods are the really interesting part of this. I'll pull one out here and show you. The inner rod here is a steel, slightly smaller than 5.56 diameter rod. And it has these really cool brass bore riders on the end sections. And when you take two rods and you go to screw them together, you'll notice that as I screw it in here, I'm going to screw it in here and then mark where it is with my finger, and then I'm going to unscrew it and show you how much of that rod extends into the bore rider. Not only do these bore riders keep the steel cleaning rods off the bore of your rifle or off the rifling, they also serve to reinforce the joints of the rod. Now, because you are going to be using this thing where it's covered with oil and solvent, etc., the center sections have some knurling on them. But the way this is set up so that each one of these sections has a bore rider on them, the possibility of the knurling coming in contact with your rifling is pretty much zero. Even if you extend this all the way out the end of your bore, at least two of the bore riders are still going to be inside your bore, and they're going to keep that steel piece of rod centered. So unless you really whack down on the end of the rod, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, it's not going to come in contact with your bore, and there's no chance of steel on barrel steel contact anywhere. The other advantage is if you get any kind of foreign substance into the rifle, rocks, grit, whatever, if a helo decides to land while you're trying to maintain your rifle, that grit will naturally fall between the bore riders and will not be driven into your bore by the bore riders. So it is a really cool setup for a compact rod. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this rod will not replace my one-piece coated Dewey rods for shop use or for, any time where packing down is not a problem. But I can also tell you this guy will be in my kit for competition use, for range use. If you're a professional sniper, an LE sniper, then it may be a good idea to carry one of these in your kit as well. I know most of us will carry something like a bore snake or an Otis cable, something that's flexible and easy to pack down. Those are great for general purpose cleaning, and if you got some mud or dust or it's been rainy and you want to get water out of your bore, those are great for pulling that stuff out. But if you ever get a really hard bore obstruction in your rifle, you want a rigid rod to be able to punch it out. If the worst happens, if you had a squib load and you have a bullet driven in to the throat of your rifle, that's not going to get knocked out by a flexible cleaning rod. And it's all well and good to say, oh, well, I'm done, I'll go back to the truck, etc. If you're deployed and you're up on the side of a mountain and you're 2 days into a 7-day patrol, that's not exactly an option. You're going to need something to be able to knock that out. And with this guy, having steel rod sections, and still having your bore protected by these brass sections means that if you have to pound something out of your bore, there's a really good chance that you are not going to severely damage your bore. Back when I was still issued my cleaning gear for the M40A1, we were issued some really old school, like World War II era brass cleaning rods, and they would wear out and they would get all rickety. They would not survive some serious pounding. So something like this is a great option to have. It's not going to work for everyone. It is a little bit expensive. They're about $250 for the kit as we have here. They're available on triadtactical.com right now. So they are a little bit on the expensive side, but a lot of guys in specialized units have already looked at these and already decided that it's a great option for them. If you want to be able to have a nice rigid rod that packs down really small, this is a really good option. Now, unfortunately, at this time, the version that has the really nice bore riders on it is 7.62 only. It's not going to work for those of us that are shooting 243 or 260 or 6.5 Creed, etc. And at this time, there really isn't any option for a smaller version. If you want to go that route, then obviously you'd have to go with the 5.56 version, and you really don't get the benefits that you get on the 7.62. But those of you guys that are in a professional billet where you are using a 7.62 caliber or 300 Win Mag, etc., this is a really good option. So that is the SAIN cleaning kit from SAIN Defense. And again, we can throw it all in here. Packs down really small. Our air panel rolls up, and real quick you can zip it up. If you need more rod sections, there is extra room on that Velcro. You can stick another page of rod sections in there. We have MOLLE on the outside, so you can mount it either horizontally or flip it over the other side. You can mount it vertically. So some real good options. As I said, the pouch is from Tab Gear, so it is a really good, really high quality pouch. Now, the cleaning kit is designed to accept 8 30-second attachments, so any of your commercial brushes or jags, etc., will work on this. It will not accept the standard military thread pattern, so keep that in mind if you decide to purchase one. If you are in the military and you are using standard cleaning gear, you're going to need to purchase some commercial jags, some commercial brushes, but those are disposable items anyway, so should be really easy to open a catalog and get some for a couple of bucks. For our demo, we just got done cleaning this rifle, and we used some regular Dewey brushes and jags, and they work just great. That is the SAIN cleaning kit, sniper and infantry from SAIN Defense. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them in the comments section down below, or send them to us on Facebook or Twitter. And until next time, get out and shoot!